Welcome to my channel. My name is 𝒁𝒂𝒂𝒍𝒐𝒕, and I am here to deliver a message for those of you who need to hear it. Pain is our biggest teacher. What does that mean? What does that mean to you? What does pain bring up for you? What kind of pain do you experience in your life? Is it mental, emotional? Is it physical pain? What does pain translate for you? How do you handle pain in your life? Are you the type of person that is bought into the idea that pain is bad? That pain means I need to shove it away, I need to push it away, I need to resist it, I need to run. Whether mental, emotional, or physical. Pain is our biggest teacher. It is showing up for a reason. Pain doesn't just show up because it's just randomly there to kind of annoy you and throw you off guard, which it is. It's there to annoy you. It's not a nuisance meant to hurt you. Pain is actually there to show you where you're out of alignment, out of balance in your life. But how does pain show up to you in your life? Pain is anything that you resist. Pain is physical. Ouch, I have this constant chronic condition in my shoulder, my hip, my knee. Everything's a symbol, significant, trying to tell you something, because everyone's pain is specially designed for each and every individual. So when pain shows up to you in your life, lean into it. Be willing to listen. And like a child with curiosity, go in with questions. What is this here to tell me about myself? Why is this person causing me so much pain? Is the person really the one causing you the pain? Or is it really that you are repeating a pattern? You're experiencing an old relationship pattern that needs your attention for you to make adjustments, to course correct, as we say in life, because we're on a path. And along our paths, we have all these experiences. And all of these experiences are getting us to refine our self, our human self, to align to our soul self. Mind-body-soul connection. It's all about being fully present in the mind, the body, and connecting to our soul. Heart and soul. You cannot have one without the other. So when pain is showing up to you, lean into it. What are you here to teach me about myself? What have I been repressing, suppressing, avoiding, creating? Because even sometimes what you don't realize is maybe you have a small pain, but the more attention you give to resisting it and being annoyed by it, you're actually creating more of it. Whereas on other occasions, if you lean into it, if you breathe into it, you create space around it and in it. You sit with the pain. You sit with it to feel it so you can heal it. So that when you are aligned in your mind, your body, and you breathe into it, creating that space, that connection, what thoughts arise for you? What memories pop into your mind? What are the things that you start to reach for, to soothe it, to numb it? Maybe you really are just running from it. Because pain has a gift within it. There is a blessing, there is a lesson, there is something designed just for you. But only you know and can unwrap and unravel it to determine what that is and what it's showing up to teach you and to guide you along your journey, your path in this life right here. So when life is showing up in painful experiences, you have to be willing to also lean into them and find out, where is this trying to bring me? Is it bringing me to my peace, or am I creating and resisting, going into battle? Because pain just means you're out of the alignment. You're out of balance. You're swinging on the pendulum. You're not in your joy. You're way over in your pain. But in order to feel pain, We have to go through it. We cannot avoid it. And our society, our culture has conditioned us and programmed us to believe that pain equals bad. But it isn't bad. And without the bad, we can't appreciate and know the good. So, for example, if pain is bad, what do? It's uncomfortable. We're supposed to run away from it? Like, this is what we've been conditioned to believe. No. Where there's discomfort, you have to be willing to sit in it, because otherwise you won't know comfort. You won't know what is it really there delivering for you. There is a personalized message in every painful experience you encounter, whether it is a mental pain, a thought, an experience, a trauma that comes back up for renewal, for revisiting. We are in Mercury retrograde. Or a physical pain. Okay, this old pain, it's rearing its ugly head again. And right now, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of discomfort in the world. There's a lot of things we don't want to face. We're realizing there's a lot of icky shit below the surface of our own lives. We're seeing it in the world around us, but you can't see something in the world around you unless it exists within you. So if you're willing to look around and say, oh wow, this is showing me something I need to confront and I need to evaluate in myself. When you see something going on around you, you need to be willing to take that into your heart and go, is this mine? Is this mine to heal? Where in myself can I heal this part of me? Because we are part of a collective. We are all contributing to everything that's going on around us. We cannot shun the responsibility of how we all participate. We all play a role in this life together. So when the collective is experiencing something on a broad scale and it's very uncomfortable and we want to point fingers, we got to be willing to take it in. There's something in there for you. There is something, if you're being triggered, you're being thrown off guard, there's the discomfort, that's a form of pain. That is yours to heal. And we all have to be willing to work through our stuff so that we can help others, we can inspire others. Because when you do for you, you do it for me too. I do it for me, I do it for you. There is no selfishness when you work on you first. It's actually just as much selfless the more you're willing to not play the martyr and say, I'm doing it for everyone else, and recognize that you're doing for you is doing for everyone else. There are gifts in all of our experiences. And when you start to recognize that there is beauty even in the pain, that you experience pain as a result of being willing to experience the extreme, beautiful pleasures of life, that you're so willing to go full on in with commitment to, I really want to have this beautiful, loving experience, that yes, there is the chance that you may also experience the other extreme of, I got my heart broken so deeply, I don't ever want to feel that pain again. But that is actually the gift of knowing that you were willing to put your heart on a platter, served up in so much pleasure and so much that you were willing to endure the pleasure for the pain and the pain for the pleasure. You cannot have one without the other. We are living in times, human existence, it's polarities. It's black and white. It's good and bad. It's everything is meant for balance. And when we recognize we're on one extreme or the other, that's when we notice, wow, I need to come back to the center, to neutrality. That my mind might get in the craziness of negativity, but that's only to show you how to come back into positivity. Or if you're like Pollyanna and very overly positive and optimistic, then you have to find the balance again and come neutral. So pain is showing up for you as a blessing, as a gift. It's not a curse. When you feel discomfort, be willing to sit in it to find your own comfort. Don't dismiss it because society and culture has deemed it as negative, it's bad, it's horrible, so you're not supposed to feel pain. But without the pain, how would you know pleasure? Because life is about contrasts. And it serves you up everything that your soul signed up for this human existence to experience. We didn't come here just to have all the good. Our hearts and our souls are here to experience it all. And there needs to be just as much celebration for your pain as there is for your pleasure, because that when you felt the pain and you're willing to go in it, create space around it to really enjoy that, like, oh, this feels absolutely fucking horrible. But you know what? I know that it's going to serve me up pleasure if I'm willing to sit with it, because there's a message in there. There's a message in the bottled up pain, that in that tension, when you give it your attention, when you unravel, unwrap, it unveils for you something very special, meant for just you. That is the 𝒍𝒄𝒉𝒆𝒎𝒊𝒔𝒕. That is the truth of your identity, is that everything is designed for each individual that walks and traverses this path, this journey, this life. There is nothing that isn't here to serve you. Instead of seeing things as being done to you, be willing to open your arms and your hands and embrace that is being served up for you. And even when it feels like crap and you're wanting to run or step back, lean into it. Because the leaning into it is where you're going to find, does it serve you well? Because what you may find is sometimes we have to go through that discomfort to realize that that was part of finding the comfort. We cannot dismiss one without the other, because when we do that, we miss opportunities. We do. Missed opportunities are often because we dislike the discomfort. We're unwilling to step into our own comfort. And sometimes it's going through the discomfort that will bring you to your biggest pleasure, your biggest comfort. So evaluate when pain comes up for you. Is it mental? Is it emotional? Is it physical? It's all a guide. It's part of your navigation system. That your GPS, as a human walking this planet, is going to come up in the form of thoughts, memories, things that hurt, that still trigger you. Because when those come up, that is yours and only yours to heal and to work through. And when I say heal, I want you to think in terms of remembering who you were before those experiences happened in your life, because they do not define you. They are not who you are. They're simply experiences you had. Because experience is what the human existence is all about. It's about relationship and how I relate to you and how you relate to me. And how you experience me is part of the relating to who we are as individuals. Because I can't experience myself without your participation. You can't experience yourself without my participation or others. That's why life is about relationship. And relationships can become painful, or we can find that each one of them is really there to serve us in some way, shape, or capacity. Relationships, pain, pleasure, all of it. We just put labels on it, and it takes us out of the experience in itself. Because whenever you place a label on it, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, it's pretty, it's whatever you give it a label, you've actually taken away the meaning. And as humans and conditioning that this experience of life has given us, we've been taught that once we put a label on it, we can put it in a little box and we can stick it off to the side, and we don't have to actually look at it because we've put some meaning on it, and maybe not even bother with it later. It's kind of like hoarding. It's a form of hoarding. So maybe you're somebody who puts things away. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. The same with the pain. Pain in the physical body is accumulation of not dealing with our stuff. Stuff gets stuck, tension, tightness, stiffness, soreness, pain, whatever it is that's going on in your body, it is created as a form of not dealing with your stuff to begin with. The more you put stuff off, the more you deny yourself the ability to check in with what's arising with your GPS, your mental, emotional, and physical self, and checking, going, whoa, wait a minute, I'm feeling something, doesn't feel so great. Let me sit with this, let me lean into it, let me create some space around it, which is why the breath is so important. When we create space around whatever is coming up for us, we're giving ourselves opportunity to allow it to unfurl, to unfold, to unravel, to peel away layers. Because when it's compressed and it's tight in the tension form, it can't present itself to us any more that we would understand it. So we have to be willing to create the space that allows us to see it more fully. Everything in life is really meant to serve us, is really a gift. And if we can stop seeing things with resistance and going in with fights, instead looking with peace, going, wow, there's something here for me. That even what we may presume to be a battle is really just our resistance to allowing what is coming and showing up to us. So just as you go through your days and you just remind yourself you're doing the best you can, these times are not easy. We all have to check in. I have my moments. I have taken a step back from social media because I realized I needed some space. And I've got a lot of insight into my own psyche and the things that make me tick and the things that bring me pleasure and joy. And it's okay. It's okay to feel. It's okay to not feel good. Because it's not about feeling good all the time. It's about being good with feeling. Without feeling, you wouldn't be human. We didn't come here to numb everything out. We're here to feel everything fully. Life is a gift in itself. The breath, prana, life force, spirit is what inspires us to breathe into this life. It is who and what we are, is the breath. And the only reason that things matter to us is because we give it energy, attention, focus, and that's also with the pain in the body. The more we focus on it, the more it creates the tension. So when I say focus, it's just like a laser beam of, I don't want this. Because what you resist will persist. But when you're willing to lean into it, breathe into it, create the space around it, that's going to change it. It's alchemy. It will metamorphosize, it will unfold, it will transform if you are willing, if you're open to releasing it. Because another thing about pain, the 5 hierarchical needs of the human are important. You only need 3 to signify an addiction. And pain could be your addiction because it gives you significance, because it brings love to you. People connect to you because it's consistent. It shows up daily. It's like a good friend. It's there. You're anticipating it. Maybe not in a good way, but it's there because you're anticipating it. And so therein lies the addiction to having pain, because then maybe your friends are all, oh, are you okay? You're getting attention in some way, shape, or form. The truth of the matter is, you also have to be willing to let go of things that have been holding you back, that have been giving you so much pain. And the biggest addiction we all have is to our beliefs. And that in itself can be painful, because if we're unwilling to let go of our own dogmatic beliefs and not open up to the possibility that maybe they no longer serve us, maybe it's time to let go. Our mind also needs to be cleaned out, which is why meditation is so important. Meditation is clearing out the garbage pit of the mind. If you can at least give yourself, let's say 10 minutes a day at the most. Start out small. Give yourself permission to just sit with whatever comes up and just breathe into it. Don't judge it, because we all have crazy thoughts. And those crazy thoughts are making up all sorts of stuff. But that doesn't make you a bad person, and you shouldn't be judging yourself anyway. It's just be the observer. Be willing to be the witness to whatever comes up without judgment, and don't harass yourself about it either. You don't need someone else's permission to think what you think. quite often I know my thoughts are just there to say, wow, you have a crazy creative imagination. That's kind of cool. And I can say, wow, okay, that was a great thought. Thanks for sharing. See you later. Bye. Thoughts aren't who you are. You can latch on or you can let go. You can let them come in like clouds and let them drift off too. It's always a choice. And everything we experience in this life is up to you. It is a choice. And when you realize it's a choice, that's when you realize you have the power. It's your superpower, because you can choose that in this moment, this is the experience I am choosing to have. And I can choose not to, or I can continue choosing to keep having it. It's up to you. How will you embrace your pain? Are you going to throw it away and maybe miss an opportunity? Are you going to lean into it and say, what do you got for me? What's the message here? I hear a special delivery bell ringing just for me, because that's how I see it. And this message was intended for someone out there, because I myself know my pain has been my biggest teacher. I love you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.